Post every day or fall behind. Show your face in the first 3 seconds. Pour energy into the camera. Carousels, you need at least 4 this week. No email sent? You'd better start typing. Not running ads? What are you even doing? Always be on, always smile, always show up as the best version of yourself, and whatever you do, don't fall behind. Hello, and welcome to the Her Business podcast. I'm Susie Daphnis, CEO at Her Business. If you're wondering, wait, did I click the right podcast? Yes, you did, because today we're breaking all the rules, the so-called cardinal rules of marketing, because somewhere along the way, being a small business owner started to feel like being a full-time content creator. There's this constant pressure to post every day, to be on every platform, to email your list once a week, to run ads, to show your face, to smile, to be everywhere, and to do it consistently. And if you don't, it can feel like everything you've built is at risk. And it's kind of relentless. Even with a team, it's unsustainable. So how do you step off the content treadmill without disappearing? How do you slow down without falling behind? That is what we're diving into today. Now, everyone's marketing strategy right now seems to revolve around one word: more. More posts, more offers, more platforms, more content. And the moment you take your foot off the gas, even for a second, it feels like the algorithm's going to punish you. Your audience is going to forget you, and your competitors are going to pass you by. They're going to go work with someone else. And this culture of always be marketing has created this huge wave of what I'm calling marketing fatigue. And I see it in women at every stage of business, even the ones who are doing multiple 6 and 7 figures. So this isn't a newbie's problem, it's a CEO problem. And while it's tempting to push harder, the truth is more marketing doesn't always mean better results. And more doesn't mean more sales, more clients, more clarity. It often means, though, at least in my situation, more overwhelm, more confusion, and way more burnout. And so I want to share a personal moment with you that happened about 18 months ago, because maybe you've had one like this too. So I was working again on a Sunday, not because I was in a flow state or buzzing with creative ideas. I was actually trying to finish yet another round of emails for an upcoming campaign, and I was dragging myself through it. I kind of felt resentful doing this again on a Sunday. Now, I know as business owners, it's not a Monday to Friday kind of job, but I was wanting to be somewhere else, doing something else. But here I was, rewriting the same lines over and over, second-guessing every word, and I cracked. I had known for ages that I needed help with copywriting, but I kept putting it off. It felt hard thinking about the whole process of finding someone, interviewing someone, onboarding, and of course the cost. And would they get my voice? And how long would it take to bring them up to speed? And I was just so busy. And I know that they're the exact reasons that so many women avoid outsourcing. But that Sunday, I finally said, enough, this is not the best use of my time. Someone could do this faster and better than me. And soon after that, we hired a copywriter. And honestly, it's changed my life. We work so well together now, and marketing feels lighter. And I'm not stuck in the weeds, and the quality of our marketing content is so much better. So I get to focus on leading, envisioning, planning, not creating all the content. And here's the real takeaway. Part of stepping off the content treadmill is recognizing that you as the CEO should not be doing it all anymore, especially when it comes to your marketing. So now that we've covered that, let's come back to what to do if it is you that's taking care of all the marketing. And I know a lot of women are in that situation. I know what it's like to feel like you're doing all the right things. You're posting, you're emailing, you're creating, you're showing up, but you're still not getting traction. And what can happen is you start to doubt yourself and you wonder, is this even working? Am I even good at this? But here's the thing, more content is not going to fix an unclear positioning or messaging for your business. More emails will not sell a bad offer, a badly constructed offer. More hustle won't build a business without a clear foundation. So instead of asking, what should I post today, this week, this month, I recommend that you ask, what is at the root of my marketing challenges? And it could be that your offer needs refining, or your pricing isn't really aligned with your goals, or you're trying to reach everyone so you're not resonating with anyone. So until you address those deeper issues, no amount of marketing is going to move the needle. And so let me tell you about one of our Her Business Network members. I love our members. Let's keep her anonymous and just call her Melissa. And so when she joined, she was completely overwhelmed. She was trying everything: social media, webinars, a podcast, multiple offers, and every week she was posting in our members group to get support with something new and different. But nothing was really working. She was exhausting herself. Her content felt really scattered. And I wasn't sure who was she trying to be in the world, because she was inconsistent with how she was showing up and what she was offering. So we helped her to pause, to revisit her vision, to get clear on one ideal client, to simplify her product suite, to raise her prices, to craft an offer, and to choose one core marketing channel to focus on. And within a few months, which is not a long time in running your own business timelines, she started to generate leads more consistently. She started to see some engagement. And more importantly, she started feeling good about herself and excited about her business again. And that's what happens when you go deep on what really makes a difference instead of wide on what might be trendy or what others are doing. And this is why I love to teach the rule of one. One core message, one ideal client, one platform, one main offer. I'll say that again. One core message, one ideal client, one platform, one main offer. And when you simplify and streamline, your marketing becomes more intentional. You stop spinning your wheels and you start to become known for something. Now, I'm not saying you should only sell one thing, but when we can be really focused, what am I promoting right now? What am I marketing right now? We can avoid that burnout and that content treadmill. Because nobody remembers the business that does everything. They remember the person, the business that solves one big problem really, really well. Now, I want to be clear. I love innovation. I can be total like squirrel. There's something new, and I love marketing. Now, I'm a lifelong learner, and I've built our business on creativity and testing new ideas and trying things out. But innovation has to come from a place of clarity, not of panic, no one's buying. And so what I see happen too often is a business owner gets stuck. Instead of going inward, she looks around, she sees that others are doing something and she thinks, well, maybe I should do that because that seems to be working for them. And before she knows it, she's launched a course, she started a podcast, she's joined TikTok, she's signed up for a mastermind or hired a funnel builder or an ad agency. And it can be chaos. And no one can do all of that well, especially if the foundation isn't strong. And so for me, the most powerful marketing shifts have come after a pause. Not a panic, not a sprint, but a pause where I've created space by stepping away from the day-to-day so I can look at the big picture of my business and look at my forward timeline, and I can see what is actually working. And I can design a strategy that's based on my goals and my clients and my strengths. That's when things start to shift. That's when marketing doesn't feel like a treadmill. It doesn't feel like a chore. It actually becomes exciting again because you are aligned. You can be strategic. You can bring joy into what you're doing. And for me, I reconnect with the part of me that loves creating experiences for women business owners, the part of me that's here with you right now creating this listening experience. So if you're listening right now and you think, Susie, that's exactly where I am, here's what I want you to do. Pause. Don't push. Look at your foundations. Who are you really here to serve? Who is that ideal client? Are your offers, the products and services that you sell, aligned with that client and with your revenue goals? What are you doing that is actually bringing in leads and sales? Have you put some effort into systemizing that so that it's not ad hoc? And what can you let go of or delegate starting today? Because when you have those pieces clear, ideal client, your offer, how to bring in leads and turn them into sales, and what you don't have to do yourself, your marketing flows. And you stop chasing and you start connecting and you stop creating just for the sake of being out there because you were told that you should be posting every week or emailing every week, and you can start building real momentum. And that is the only sustainable path forward. And this is what we help with women with all day, every day inside of our programs. So that's all I want to leave you with. But I want to encourage you to dive deep into those 4 areas. Who is your ideal client? What are the products and services that you serve, and do they line up with your revenue goals? We named this the year of the offer inside of Her Business. So we have tons of resources for our members to craft compelling offers. And then looking at what are you doing to bring in leads and sales? Because we can't just have a hope strategy. We set up a website, we run some ads, and we hope. We need to have a way to have people get to know, like, and trust us, and then for us to invite them to sell. Just today, I was giving one of our members some feedback. She's designed this great lead magnet for a service that she has. And when someone downloads the lead magnet, she's just saying, okay, thanks, here it is, and missing an opportunity to take them to the next level, hoping to get them later when she's nurtured them through email. So little distinctions like that we have inside of Her Business that we can help you get back on track with your marketing in a way that doesn't lead to burnout and doesn't feel like a content treadmill. We actually do need to do far less than we need to do, but we need to do marketing, and we need to give ourselves enough time and space to have those key essentials down, and we need to also have clarity about what we're doing, and support, and somewhere to have a sounding board and feedback and all those things. So stop chasing, start connecting with those things, and create a sustainable way to do your marketing. When we stop trying to market, 5 different products and services simultaneously, but created a cadence in our year where we would be marketing, now we're not marketing, we got really clear, this is the first thing we want people to buy. Once they're in our world, then we can sell them other things. The game totally changed. So ask me questions, direct message me on Instagram. If you're a member of the Her Business Network, I love you. Thank you for being here. And if you want some support with your marketing and your business, then be sure to check us out at herbusinessnetwork.com. So I want to thank you for listening. If you want help with any of the things we talked about, your offers, your pricing, your messaging, your lead generation, we've got incredible resources inside Her Business. I'll tell you how to find out more about that in a moment. But for now, take a breath. Step off the treadmill, start building business marketing that works because it's aligned with you. And I know that you've got this. Now, I didn't plan for this episode to be about anything other than marketing burnout, but we are talking about this point of doing things differently. And sometimes in order to change our path, to do things differently, we need to have fundamental shifts, like internal shifts about who we are, how we show up, how we go from being busy to being a strategic CEO, right? And that moment when you know something has to shift and get really clear is a moment that I want to grab right now. And I hadn't planned to mention our upcoming retreat, but I'm going to mention it. And that is the Her Business Trailblazers retreat, because that's exactly who it's for. It's for women business owners who've been showing up, doing the work, building something meaningful, but who've lost a bit of that spark. They're feeling that burnout. They're feeling stuck. And if you're craving a space to breathe, to get perspective, to reconnect with what's next, at the retreat we go beyond strategy. We talk about real transitions, what it looks like to evolve into the next version of your business and yourself. Who do you want to be in your business? And I know for me, clarity doesn't come when I'm in the thick of things. It comes when I step away, when I give myself space to think, to feel excited again. And that's the kind of space that we've created in one of the most breathtaking places in the world. So if that resonates with you, head to herbusinesstrailblazers.com or check the show notes. We've only got a few spots left, and I would love to see you there. It's 8 days in gorgeous Crete in Greece, surrounded by inspiring women who are at that same season of growth, ready for what's next. And yes, we will be having a whole lot of fun too, because we are in Greece after all. So thank you for listening. Marketing burnout is not talked about enough, but it's something that every business owner experiences at some point, and I'm seeing it now more than ever. And there are a couple of podcast episodes from our other podcast, Content Cells, that I know you'll love. And if you don't already listen to Content Cells, which I host with my friend Michelle Falzon, I recommend that you check it out. And I'll put a link to all that over on our show notes page at herbusiness.com/320, where you'll find anything that we've referenced here today. And to end this episode, I want to read out some lovely words from a longtime member and friend of mine, Kat Madsen. And if you want to be featured and get a shout out on the show, all you need to do is leave a review for the podcast, just like Kat did. So I appreciate it when I hear from you. So Kat was listening to episode 313, which was called What If You Followed That Hunch? The Power of Pursuing Curiosity in Business with Valerie Khoo. And Kat helps business owners, leaders, change makers who ramble when they speak or they lose their words to speak with more confidence and authority and impact through her Impactful Presenters program. And so she said about the episode, Valerie Khoo's perspectives on curiosity have stayed with me since the Reach Retreat. That is one of our other retreats. She said, following my curiosities has been standard operating value for me since then. And Kat, I can see that showing up in the way that you're developing your business. So thank you for listening and thank you for your comment. Now, if you enjoyed this episode, as I said, we would love it if you would leave us a rating or review, and or you can leave it on Apple Podcasts. That's the best place. Or you can shoot us a message over on Instagram. You'll find us at Her Business. Once again, on our website at herbusiness.com/320, you'll find a summary of today's episodes. And if you're new to the show, please subscribe wherever you're listening. Hit the follow button, subscribe button, and join me next week for more inspiring stories and lessons from successful female entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for being here. See you next week. Bye for now.